Oh, hello there. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October 15th, and I am your morning witch. And we are still talking about the ancestors. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get that going. So, today I want to talk about what some traditional or common, not common in a bad way, but common ancestral offerings are. So one of the most common ancestral offerings are tobacco, coffee, whiskey, and wine. So my great great grandmother requests coffee for an offering, and I did find out that in that line of my ancestry, coffee keeps away the evil spirits. So it makes sense that she asks for coffee, but whatever you feel appropriate, you can use. These are just like the four most traditional: whiskey, wine, coffee, and tobacco. Also, cigars or cigar ashes are a good ancestral offering, as well as, okay, so I will often leave my Slavic ancestors eggs, garlic, onion, paprika, dill, because basil is the green go-to in Slavic practice. But these things are very revered or utilized a lot in the Slavic culture, so they are culturally appropriate, I feel, to leave for those ancestors. Sweets and sugary things are also very appropriate offerings for the ancestors, and more so, anything that in your ancestors' time that you're trying to, make an offering to, anything that would have been indicative of not necessarily opulence, because opulence can be seen as a bad thing, but like decadence or anything that's a sign of, prosperity, you could leave as an offering to your ancestor, because that's going to let your ancestor know that their line has been prosperous from, themselves. So whether they personally did anything in that line, which I think obviously they had something to do with their line prospering, if their line prospered, but regardless, by leaving these embodiments of prosperity, like sweets or desserts, things like that, you're letting your ancestor know that, like, hey, we're prosperous and it's because of you, so thank you. And like think about it from a parental standpoint or something, like when your kid is like, I did great and it's because of you. That it's the same feeling that you'll be giving your ancestors when you give them that kind of an offering. Like, we don't have to limit ourselves, right? So in addition to what is a traditional offering to the ancestors and cultural or culturally appropriate offerings to the ancestors, and prosperous offerings to the ancestors of, speaking specifically to prosperity, going with your gut is always appropriate. So if you're trying to figure out, like, maybe you're doing an ancestor altar for the first time, or maybe you're still, working on making your Samhain ancestor altar your own, whatever speaks to you is an appropriate offering for your ancestors. You'll see at some point down the line, you'll figure out why, and it'll all make sense. But in the meantime, go with whatever you want, whether it's something that's usual, something that's cultural, something that's prosperous, or something that's intuitive. And have a happy Tuesday.